What's up, guys? Jamie Fox here with a new music review. This week, I figured that we could look at one of my favorite albums by one of my favorite artists, Billy Joel's The Stranger. Came out in 1977, and like I said, it's one of my favorites, so I decided to kind of give this a review for a classic, review. If you don't know Billy Joel, then you either were living under a rock or you just don't know any old music. So let me break it down for you. He was basically the Ed Sheeran of the 1980s and 70s. That's the best way to describe him, really. If Ed Sheeran was a fabulous piano player and did a little bit more rock style, pop rock music. So this track, or this song, opens up with the track Moving Out, Anthony's song in quotations, which is kind of a hard rockin' song about, you guessed it, moving out, and it's a bit cheesy, especially with the car noises at the end and working too hard can give you a heart attack. It's that part gets a little bit cheesy, but other than that, it's a decently solid song. It wouldn't have sold me alone. But the next track, The Stranger, really picks it up with some fabulous lyrics about kind of hiding a certain part of yourself away from other people, and how that's not always a bad thing, but it's a very destructive thing at times. I will say, I don't know if Billy Joel was kind of getting over a divorce at this point, but a lot of the tracks on this album are a little bit cynical in terms of romance. This one is not an exception. That being said, however, the next track, Just the Way You Are, is the perfect of Billy Joel, basically the equivalent to that Ed Sheeran song, Perfect. It's a love ballad. I'm sure you've heard it before. It plays in every store all the time. It's got that noticeable saxophone, which is probably the part about it that aged the most poorly. The next track, Scenes from an Italian Restaurant, is one of the most beautiful tracks ever, of all time, period. And if you haven't heard it, pause this video, go check out Scenes of an Italian Restaurant by Billy Joel. Okay? You will not regret it. It's an awesome piano rock ballad song. Cool. This song also, obviously, if you listen to it, which you should have, it has several different changes in the song dynamic, but it kind of runs the story of two people in a restaurant talking about different things, and it kind of ends with the same thing as well. This song also kind of further illustrates that cynical, romantic side that this album has. Just the Way You Are really being the exception, with some really beautiful romantic lyrics in it. Makes me wonder if he wrote it beforehand, or these other songs beforehand, or maybe he's getting over his ex-wife while he's falling in love with a new girl or something. I'm not really sure. This next track, Vienna, I know some people, my dad, don't like this song. I personally love this song. It is about him talking to his younger self, telling him to basically slow down and to take it easy. The reason that I love this song so much is because of its name, Vienna, and the line, Vienna waits for you. I didn't really understand this at first, but after researching it a little bit more, I found out that Billy Joel's father, when he was rather young, divorced his mother and went to Vienna. I kind of came to the conclusion that that is what Billy Joel is singing about here, that if you don't take it easy with your romantic life, you're going to end up divorced and going to Vienna, which is kind of a depressing idea, but that's, there's just that it's inevitable that it's going to happen, and that's kind of why I like this song so much. This next track, Only the Good Die Young, is one of the more upbeat rock songs on this record, with an amazing saxophone solo. pretty much only rivaled by It's Still Rock and Roll to Me as far as the Billy Joel songs go. It's got lyrics about trying to convince a Catholic girl to go party or have sex or something. While the lyrics are something I may personally disagree with, I can't argue with the song's dynamic and with its just a awesome rock style, and it's a fun little banger. The next track, She's Always a Woman, is yet another one of those songs I previously mentioned. It's got some great lyrics as well, like she never gives out, she never gives in, she just changes her mind. So it's got some great lyrics like that. It's also a good song, I would say. You really feel the emotion that Billy Joel is singing to someone else, which you can only assume is probably himself one way or another. There are two more tracks on this one. The first one, Get It Right the First Time, kind of tries to get back the style. I think it was kind of in Only the Good Die Young and Scenes from an Italian Restaurant, a little bit more upbeat. It really fails on a lyrical side. The lyrics feel a little bit jumbled, and like he doesn't really have too much to say. It feels a little bit pulled together. It makes me wonder whether he had no other songs that he could put here, as it's a pretty bland song overall. Not bad enough to ruin the album, but it does serve a little bit tainting the set list. The next one, Everybody Has a Dream, is Billy Joel's attempt at a big ending rock song with this chorus, everybody has a dream, like big and soul-y, like Ray Charles or something like that. I don't know what he was attempting, but it's not a favorite of mine. I liked it when I was younger, so maybe it's just when I got older I kind of started disliking it, but it's a bit on the nose, a bit cheesy. It comes across as a little bit disingenuous, almost like it's Billy Joel doesn't sound like he's trying to sound like himself, like he's trying to sound like someone else. And Billy Joel's best stuff comes from when he's doing what he does best and not trying to do what other people are doing, which he tends to do a lot, actually. And that the album closes with the same intro that's played at the beginning of The Stranger, the second track and the title track. It's a piano intro with a whistling, and so that's what begins the track The Stranger, and is what ends the album as it fades out, kind of giving it a conclusive feel. Overall, the album pretty much all being about love and its successes and fails. It is a pretty solid album. With the exception of the last two tracks, the songs are all pretty good. The first one, Moving Out, might be my next least favorite, but it's still a decent song. And they all actually work together pretty well, even the last couple. Although they might be a little bit bland, they certainly don't go against the rest of the album. They just kind of bleed it out a little bit. That pretty much concludes that. If you haven't listened to this album, I would definitely recommend checking it out. The tracks The Stranger, Scenes from an Italian Restaurant, Vienna, Only the Good Die Young are all great. Just the Way You Are is too, if you haven't already heard it a million times. And She's Always a Woman is good if you're depressed or something. So, alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you have a great Monday and have a good week. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and if you did enjoy, go ahead, smash like, subscribe. Thank you to my editor Ben and to Russell for letting me use his setup. I will link both of their profiles in the description. Russell does some great Twitch streaming on there, or you can find the link through his Instagram, which I will put in the description. Ben posts some great memes on his meme page, which I will also link. And I will also link my Instagram at the very bottom, which you can follow or send me a message or whatever to go ahead and suggest some music stuff, or if I might end up doing some more interactive type stuff on my story. So that's where I would be doing it. Go ahead and check me out there. I'm gonna go ahead and take this off. This is getting annoying. All right. And all right. I hope you guys like that. All right. Have a great Monday, guys. Bye.